So today's video is very different from what we have been posting all these days. Today's video is very special to us. So we are finally moving to Canada. So this is just to let you all know how our journey is going to be. Today is 11th of June and tomorrow is 12th. Our flight is in the morning.
Morning 9 a.m. and we're supposed to reach by 5 a.m. at least.
Yeah.
4 hours due to the COVID situation.
Yeah, it's no more 3 hours early. We have to be there at least 5 hours.
5 to 4 hours.
4 hours before time. So we have to be there by 5?
Yeah, 5 for 9 a.m. flight, yes. Because
Yeah.
we're expecting a lot of queue either before the
We are
airport
going to have
or inside
some
the airport.
formalities before boarding.
So yes,
So-
we're taking precaution and trying to be there much earlier so that we have enough time at the airport.
Yeah. So today's flight is Emirates, and actually we had many other plans before moving out of Dubai. We are right now in Dubai, and we had plans to move out of UAE in April. We wanted to spend some time with our family back in India, in Kerala, in Mumbai, but things just didn't happen
Because
as per our
the
plan.
things took a U-turn, I would say. We were planning to fly back in April, on April 10th. But the flight got cancelled and then we were...
And our
Stuck
actual
in Dubai.
Canada flight was for May end, May 26th, but even that got cancelled. So we were a little worried because our visa was to expire July 14th. So we didn't want to take that risk or be under the confusion that things might not work out. But yes, there is a thing like if we cannot fly, we can raise a web form. But we were just praying that we won't have to take that step, and luckily just few days back we got to know that Emirates flight is going to resume. So just to let you all know, this is not a commercial flight, it's a repatriation flight basically for Canadian citizens and for PR holders, and yes, it's also for COPR holders.
Those issued prior to March 18th.
Yeah, so we are holding a COPR. We confirmed, we made many calls to Emirates just to reconfirm if we could fly holding a COPR. So that is a thing. So we can fly. So that's why we booked the flight and we went ahead. Because our flight was earlier booked for May, since it got cancelled, we could either get a complete refund of the amount that we paid without any deductions, or in form of a voucher.
And that voucher is valid for 2 years. Either you use it in the same route or you can choose any
Yeah,
route.
not
It doesn't
necessarily you
matter.
have to follow the same itinerary.
Yeah.
You can take any destination, and not necessarily you have to use the complete amount. You can partially use it. You can use the rest of the amount for your any other journey
Correct.
for Emirates, from Emirates. So that way, luckily Emirates started and we could use the same voucher. Yes, the prices are a little higher, so we had to shell out a little more for this current ticket over and above the voucher price. And they said there is going to be social distancing and everything intact. So we made up calls and we just confirmed what should we be aware of and what should we be careful of before flying. So what they said is we'll be given a hygiene kit.
Before boarding the flight.
Yeah.
And that will have gloves, sanitizer.
Yeah.
And
But
mask.
still-
This is what they said.
Yeah, but still, just to be on the safer side, we are going to carry our own stuff also,
Yeah.
so that we don't know how things are going to be. So we'll be carrying our own masks, gloves, sanitizer, wipes, and everything. And so, just to let you know, we are flying to Alberta, and in Alberta we are flying to Edmonton. So the flight that we're going to catch, Emirates is flying only to Toronto. So the flight from Toronto, we had to book another flight. So that is already done.
There is a connection flight within Air Canada, but you can book it via Emirates. They
Yeah.
have only flights until Toronto.
Yeah, so the flight that we have booked is Emirates, and since the prices have increased, we expected some change. So when we confirmed with them, they said there is going to be social distancing and all. So I
They were
think the
okay with
price
it,
is
yeah,
justified.
justified.
So let's see how it goes. So we have to be there a little early, and we'll let you know how the trip goes. Just keeping fingers crossed that we land safely without much issues, and then hope everything
goes fine.
goes well. Yeah. So it's not just one flight that we're catching. We have to catch another flight from Toronto to Edmonton. So that is a separate flight altogether. We had to book it separately because it's a domestic flight, and we have to collect our baggage, and then we have to again
check in the baggage.
We have to pay additional price for all the 4 baggages that we are carrying.
We're not so sure about the prices as of now.
Yeah, we have just checked online, so let's see how the procedure is there. So it's a long flight, so we'll just take rest for some time, maybe 2-3 hours. We'll just try sleeping, and then we have to
get up and go then. Yeah. We're not so sure. Can we take videos and all, because this current situation, we are taking a precaution on our side by not disturbing others and keeping their privacy in mind, because this COVID situation is a bit not so favorable for everyone. So we are just not sure about taking videos.
Okay, so see you all. So
bye-bye.
Take care. Bye bye. landed in Toronto. It's 3:30 or 2:30? 2:30 p.m.
I think it's 3 p.m.
Oh, 3 p.m. It's around 16 degrees Celsius. So excited. excited. But yes, we have another flight to catch to Edmonton, which is after 5.5 hours. So, waiting to keep our first foot. There are very few stores open.
Guys, this is Toronto domestic airport, right?
No, it's international.
No, this is domestic wing. This is domestic wing.
So our flight to Edmonton has been delayed.
By half an hour.
So
We
we thought we'll just walk around and show you guys how it looks. So there are just very few stores open. Let's see. There is a store by TripAdvisor. So we are in Terminal 1 domestic. It's temporarily closed. Water fountains are sealed. And then yeah, the seats also have social distancing stickers on it. Like there is a 1 seat cap. So they're maintaining it. We need to go to D37. So we are waiting for our next flight to Edmonton. It's delayed by half an hour.
Half an hour.
So we were just walking around to show you guys how it is here with the social distancing policy and everything. Finally in Canada right now. So we are currently in Edmonton in Alberta province. We told you our first flight was from Dubai to Toronto and from Toronto to Edmonton. So be it Vande Bharat flight or the repatriation flight that we had taken, the flights are only till Toronto. So you have to get your luggage and everything done at Toronto, immigration and all the procedures done at Toronto, and book your separate flight for your next leg. So let you know what are the different things that we went through. So like you all know, we have to maintain 14 days of quarantine and today is day 2. So day 1 is considered as the day that you land is considered day 1 and today is our day 2. So you have to maintain 14 days of quarantine. At the airport also they'll always let you know, they'll give you a pamphlet of what all to do in these 14 days. If you have any symptoms or if you have any other problem, you can anytime contact the officials here to get help from, because we are new to this place, we won't know anything.
Yeah, so once we got out of the flight at Toronto, that is the first port of entry. So we had to get our accommodation and everything back there. And
As soon as we got out of the flight, the first counter was the first immigration officer we faced. She asked us for our COPR passport.
And the form that we got in the flight, which we need to be
Yeah.
filled by passengers. So we had that form and passport and COP submitted as the first immigration officer.
Yeah. So the first form that we get in the flight is basically talking about from which flight we had taken and
Where you're coming from,
yeah,
the destination address.
the goods that you're carrying. We have to declare an approximate amount of goods. That's the basic procedure that we normally do. And we had something at the first counter where we faced the first immigration officer. She got the COPR stamp, and once all this was done, he nicely greeted us with a smile. So it was
Then
first facing with.
First facing with the immigration officer, and after that she forwarded us to a second immigration officer, the COPR, because that needs again to be stamped by him, and he will make the arrangement for the PR card to be sent to the address that we give in the form.
So the address that we had given, we had actually taken a 1 year's lease already because we had a family friend here, so who helped us a lot to get this apartment done.
And the thing that we took up a leased apartment is that rather than going for an Airbnb, we have no clue what the situation will be there and how they'll do the sanitation procedures.
So we didn't want to take a risk
on
that
this.
time, so we thought we might as well take an apartment. We
On-
anyways have to move to another apartment,
Correct.
so just went for an annual agreement with this.
Realtor.
Yeah.
And it's a really good place. I mean, they were really cooperative and they understood that we need to quarantine, and they had full support given to us.
We got this apartment and all done online. Like we had a video call done and we got the things done. So that way the apartment, the address part was totally taken care of. We had the agreement from the apartment management team through email. So we
And
had
also-
to just declare it.
Yeah,
at
you
the
should declare
immigration
at the
counter.
immigration counter. They'll ask for the address proof.
That is where you're going to get your PR card. That, he told us like PR card normally it used to take how many days?
Normally, it used to take 3 weeks to 2 months hardly, but on a COPR it was written 113 days to be precise. So when I asked him, he said it goes to 4 months due to the COVID issue.
Yeah.
But nothing to worry. This is the lead time right now.
For the papers done. So the COPR with our photo on it is a copy that he keeps it with himself, and we are given the other copy with few details that he mentions, our landing date and everything on the paper, the second COPR page.
Yeah, second COPR page. And
Yeah.
one more thing which is most important is that the COPR page, the second one, once he's done the stamping signatures, it needs to be securely kept for next 7 years. It's a time until you renew your next PR or until you apply for your citizenship. That's very important.
Document is like the document that you need to have because you don't have anything else to prove right now. So that is the main document that you would be carrying now.
It's better to keep it for lifelong, safe and secure, because it's just a matter of renewing your PR. But it is the first paper. It's a paper that shows your first landing.
After facing the second immigration officer, and after he wrote all the things, he just congratulated us for being the permanent residents of Canada. And that line just made us so happy.
The procedures won't take time. To be frank, it took hardly 45 minutes with the first
Yeah, because
and
it
second
was not a long
person.
queue.
Yeah, not
and-
long queue
Yeah.
actually.
So we collected our baggage.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, so we collected our baggage and then we had to move towards our connection flight, and on the way comes the other immigration counter where if you have any goods to follow in future, like basically it's a list of things that maybe you want to get. It can be any time. It's not necessary. It has to happen
Within
like-
this year or next
yeah,
few months.
It can happen
Anytime.
anytime, and you have to just show it to them the list of goods. And if you have anything in the form of gold or any precious things, you have to take an image of that. That helps.
Yes.
Ah,
Show them
and-
the images of such precious items because it's always helpful. They'll always ask for it, because I saw that the family who was in front of us, they were being questioned because they didn't have enough photos to support them.
Yeah, and
And-
luckily one of our other friends had traveled and he had taken photos of whatever he was carrying. So even we had done the same. So we had images of whatever we were carrying. So that helped the immigration officer to have a look at their items in a more clearer way.
He uploads this in system.
Yeah.
You'll get a receipt of the things that you're going to bring along
And
later.
we have to give an approximate value of whatever those goods we have listed. Whatever is listed becomes tax-free.
Even if it's from $1,000 to $100,000, it's fine because it's your personal products. You can bring it along.
Basically, we had utensils and few things that we wanted to carry because we didn't want to purchase again. But those are the things that we would use. It was not something that we could dump or anything. Thought we might as well get it here
And there's
use
no
it.
point in disposing of stuff that you are really using. And trust us, utensils are a bit expensive on this side of the world.
Also, we got the list and everything stamped. They gave us a receipt, the items that we were carrying and the amount that we mentioned on the form. We have to keep that safely always because whenever these things come in, we might have to present this. We went towards
The next
connection
flight, yeah.
Because it
we
becomes a
had
domestic
flight, yeah. It's not a direct connection flight by Emirates, so we need to go and collect our luggages, go to the next flight check-in point, and when we deposit our luggage, they'll ask us pay for each baggage. It should not exceed 23 kilos. Just keep that in mind, 23 kilos. And if it exceeds, they'll ask you to remove it. Per person, you can carry 2 bags per person per passport. So
so per baggage is like 23 kilos.
23 kilos. And first baggage is charged at $33. Second baggage is charged at $56. So in total, we paid $98 roughly per person for 2 baggage.
When we were going to pay the amount,
An important point.
yeah, and we were carrying little cash so that we could pay them at the counter. But then because of this pandemic,
There is no cash dealing happening at any place.
Yeah,
You are
so-
supposed to use plastic cards.
yeah, so we were little confused like how to make the payment, and the lady there, she helped us by saying there's a money exchange counter just outside their area, and we had to just get a
Debit card.
okay, it's a debit card.
And yeah, you can just load cash into it and then use it.
and then make the payment.
Sure, the name of it.
Yeah.
But I remember we paid $9 for the card. Purchase of the card, then you can load any amount you want.
Yeah.
We loaded $300 because we had 4 baggage to be checked in, and
Like she said, even the cab at the airport might not accept cash, so we didn't want to face that issue again, so we just loaded $300. Then we went to the counter to give our luggage to them. It was a slight weight increase in one of the bags. We had to like shuffle a few things here and there. That's normal. Then we were good to go. This entire procedure,
2 hours approximately, which includes your immigration, collecting your luggage, checking in your luggage for the next flight. We had around 5.5 hours after our first landing.
it's better to have a good duration gap between your 2 flights because now things are a little slow. Even if you see 10 counters, you might not have 10 officials sitting on every counter. So you out of 10, maybe only 4 or 5 counters might be open. You have to have a good gap between your 2 flights. So we were prepared for that, even though we had another flight which was just 3 hours away, but we don't want to take risk.
Complete our procedures 2.5 hours max.
And
at
the rates
airport.
that we gave you for the luggage is for Air Canada flight. Then we still had little time, so we were a little hungry, so we went to one of the restaurants. There was one Tim Hortons open.
None
and
of this restaurant, pizza restaurant,
yeah.
One eatery was open, yeah.
We didn't have much option. Ate something from there, and even there they don't accept cash. So luckily we had card with us. Got a little fresh, and then it was our time for the next flight. Again, this flight,
It was 4.5 hours flight, yeah.
yeah.
You don't get anything to eat.
Yeah, like in the first flight, Emirates, they did tell us that it's going to maintain the social distance, even though we didn't see much of it happening. But yes, in Air Canada, they were very strict about it. Even between us, there was 1 seat vacant. We had to
Exactly.
maintain it.
Yeah.
So I think they offered fruit juice and stuff like that. We entered, we were given up a small Ziploc
Yes.
bag. Yeah, 1 small bottle of water,
And
small bottle of sanitizer.
Sanitizer, yeah. One sanitizer.
Yeah, one hygiene
wipes,
kit
one
along
hygiene
with
kit.
1 bottle. Wipes, gloves. Always had to wear gloves. It was a domestic flight. It was 4 hours long.
4 hours
flight.
long flight, and it was raining heavily. When we touched down Edmonton,
10:30,
already
10:45
yeah,
p.m.
10:45 p.m. and it was around 15 degrees something when we landed. Then no other immigration procedures to be done in Edmonton.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we were done with everything at Toronto. So just to let you know, there is no Service Canada counter open anywhere. So you don't get your SID number at the airport during this period.
Yeah.
Once we came out of the airport,
We didn't go for the yellow cab. Got
had
a private
yeah,
cab.
Yeah, we had enough luggage, and the small cabs were not able to carry the luggage. So there was another. He was the owner of the cab. I mean, he has his own private fleet of cars. So
It
it's
was a
called
limousine.
limousine.
They call it a limousine over here.
Since the airport is in the south and our apartment is in the north, we were charged $90
For the whole ride. Even the yellow cab, they
No,
were
it's small
charging us
sedans.
$82 something, but a smaller cab.
So that was our journey. Let's see how it goes. Like I said, today is the second day of quarantine for us.
This is the only area that we have to step out in this 14 days. The balcony. This is just for us.
And it's very beautiful. Yeah, so that's all for now. We'll update you about the next procedures as soon as we have anything to update. Because for 8 days, I don't think there's going to be any update.
Let's see what happens. We have some plans to be done in 14 days. We'll update you guys on that.
So that's all for now.
Salam. Bye.